Hey, let's get streaming.
Oh my gosh, that bunny. Oh my gosh. What the heck?
What the heck? Oh,
Alright, I gotta get a creature out. Let's see.
Ah, you got my buddy. I didn't find this fast enough.
hold on.
That'll learn you. I like that you're still sitting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty awesome. I've never seen
Okay.
that.
I don't know if I can get off. That's good.
I just wanted to add a saddle for me.
Oh. A bunny built for two.
Oh, actually,
You need to tame the creature to use a saddle. You can use the hierarchy. Oh, we can join a party. That would work.
that's awesome. Wait, what is that? It looks like a stick. Rage. Whoops, wrong button.
Hi everyone, starting to join us. We're just getting the Steam event set up. We're going to be streaming today. So we have Master 15 and a lot gaming both saying hi, just joining the stream. So welcome.
Hello.
Awesome. Welcome. Who built this thing?
It's mine. Oh, what?
What? I was all ragey.
You will pay for your crimes.
You will pay for your crimes. Join party.
Yeah, you should be able to ride out.
Okay, now I just gotta grab links. Alright.
No. Oh my god.
Link.
My E menu is not letting me. Oops. Hey, sorry, bunny guy. It's not letting me do my thing.
Try it on the saddle itself. Like,
Well, no, I get E, and then the menu comes up, but then when I left click, it hits you.
Oh yeah, no, it's changed to button.
Okay, it is
so when you release E, whichever one it's over.
Yeah, that didn't work. Hold on.
Okay, the event is pushed live. Welcome.
Sure.
Oh god, what is that screaming? Oh, it's the bunny.
That's the bunny.
Yeah.
It's great with the new flex and the chains.
Oh yeah, the caterpillar creatures are so a lot gaming. So what are you guys doing now? So we're building some creatures. We're gonna show off. So we officially pushed our 0.4.2 release live last night. So we're gonna be showing off some of the awesome new features of this, and this is all in current live games, so you guys can download and play this right now as it is. I'm going to turn down the in-game audio a bit so you can actually hear us talking.
The bunny screams.
Oh god, the bunny screams.
The bunny is awesome. I love the bunny.
That's an awesome... Is that your in the workshop?
Yeah, it's a catapult account.
Okay, cool. Subscribed.
Subscribed.
Oh god, you're doing vertical chains on legs. Why would you do that?
Should I not do that?
Greg's nemesis.
It should kind of work.
Okay. We'll see how this goes. Let me see here.
So yeah, tons and tons of new content in this release. If you've checked out the news post, I will go ahead and post it to the channel for anyone who wants to take a look at everything new that's in this patch. To both. So, tons and tons of new stuff in this. We have new controls, we have new item usage and interaction rules, we have new creature, remote controls, we have a whole new animation system update. We have new potions, better pathfinding, just tons and tons of great new stuff. So we are building some quick creatures here. We got Catapult here with his centipede bunny, and Snarky has.
I don't know what it is. It's a thing.
William. Yes, I think William was in another stream earlier. Yeah.
William has been my creature for a long time. He's my pal.
Bunny's gonna eat William.
Jim is making an off-centered cat.
Yeah, it's about to get... Oh, he's purring.
Yes.
Oh, meow.
Man, saddle riding is much more easy to control now. It's great.
Yes, there's big overhauls to saddle riding. I'm going to go ahead and make a creature as well, and I'll talk about all of the fun new stuff in the creature building system. Yeah.
Go through one by one, I guess.
Go through each, all the new features one by one. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm just grabbing all my parts.
Oh yeah, I'm a little ragey.
Okay, so starting with the creature controller, so we've talked about some of this in our pre-releases. We've completely revamped the approach to creature building. So now your cursor is totally unlocked when you enter the creature builder. You can see I immediately popped into the sphere and lifted off the ground. I can hold right-click now to completely rotate the camera around the heart block, or I can use WASD. And that moves my player around in that space, which makes it very easy to place a bunch of blocks at once. As you add blocks, so before I added this first block was the heart block. And if I start putting blocks in front of it, you'll see the creature shifts back. And it's basically detecting a new heart block. So you'll notice also another fun feature. Before, you could accidentally click on the wrong block and your entire creature would go away. So right now, this block in the front here is the heart block. So if I go to remove it, it will just remove that one block because there was no other blocks attached to it, and then reassigns the other block as my front. So I can better illustrate this if I add on some additional pieces here. So this block right here is now my heart. I can then, by moving my cursor around, select which part of the creature I want to pull off and which part I want to keep. So no more instantly, oh no, I clicked in the wrong spot. Right click by itself also does not just remove blocks. You actually have to enter remove mode. It makes for a lot better experience in building. So that's changed a couple of the creature buildings. You can see all the options you have up here. These are also set to binded keys in the interface, which you can, if you go into the control binding, you can look at, scroll all the way to the bottom, all of these new things. So you can change which button actually does the place and remove. If you don't want it to be the left mouse button, if you want it to be something else, or a controller button, you can change the button for pivoting, changing your pivot, rotating the camera, what's your toggle button for that, building toggle, so which building mode are you in, toggling the grid. All of these are now part of the new control system. So I'll go ahead and continue to work on my creature here. And actually, I want to put my legs directly on this bottom chain. So we're going to be continuing to push out updates, minor patch type fixes, oops, double clicked there, to improve some of the functionality we have here. For example, today I just made some fixes to how legs connect with the ground. That'll be in a build likely tomorrow. So we're going to continue to update and improve things as we go, because it's really important to us that everything really works well.
Hi, Elfmax.
Yes, Ulfmax on YouTube says hello, you all. We say hello back.
Hello.
Hi.
So you can see right now I'm centered on the center block, but if I wanted to center on the front of the creature here, I can do that. Now it's much easier for me to do very specific stuff with the head. It's a lot of fun. Put this back here. What other blocks did I grab? little bit of fur. Because why not? And of course the saddle, so we want to show off the new riding mechanics, which you heard some of the team talking about are really just awesome. Let me fix that. Okay, so there's my quick simple creature, and we'll call you Dino Snake. And he immediately goes to sleep.
Oh no, the other one did.
So
Dino 6.
Yeah, Zaruki on I'm almost certainly pronouncing that wrong, so I'm sorry. On Twitch asks, does the fur add armor or does it have any stats as of yet? Yes, the fur does have stats. I don't believe it's adding any armor. We don't really have a strong armor stat right now. It has, if I go over it, it adds hit points, adjusts your movement speed, and adds attack rating. That's something that in the next months we're going to be tweaking and dealing with all those stats. So big thing with the creature animation system was bringing a lot more realistic motion to the whole creature. So you can see as I move back and forth, the entire creature is bending slightly and catching up. And as he walks, different parts of him are going to bend and twist. He's really into me, so he's just going to stare at me and make it difficult for me to show stuff.
It's like a tame Twix bar.
Yes. You can see he's a little unhappy. I think everyone's in a party except for me. So he's going to start attacking everyone.
Yep.
Well, now Snarky and I are in a party together, but not you two. Okay.
Oh no, not my buddy.
Hey. Oh, that's right. So, Ulfmax asked, would you make animals that can fly and you can fly on? That's a question we see a lot. It is really a fun idea, and it is something that we'd like to bring into the game in some form, but it is also at the same time really messy. Basically, the underlying problem is if we do bring in... I'm going to leave this party... Jim or John, can you invite me and Snarky to your party so the creatures stop attacking while we're trying to talk? Catapult. Join party. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so flying. So we hear this a lot. We hear you. We absolutely hear you. It is something we can see everyone would like to see in the game. So because of how important it seems to be to everyone, it is likely something we will eventually do in some form. It becomes a big balancing concern, though. Once you have creatures that can fly, why would you ever want a creature who can't fly? So we have to create a good way to balance the possibility of flight with creatures that have to stay on the ground. We do have a couple ideas about how to manage that. It's just not something that we've had enough time to really fully explore with everything else that we want to do and add to the game. It's likely to work where a creature would gain like an increased ability to jump and then a glide, and it would be tied to the creature's stamina. So you'd have the idea of essentially heavier creatures wouldn't be able to fly as long. You'll need strength of wings, and it'll have to be a really balanced thing. Zaruki asks about on Twitch, maybe flying creatures can't really take off, but just don't touch the ground, kind of levitating. It would stay in melee reach. That is definitely something we will have in the game at some point. Hover flight. It's something we've had kind of planned for since some of the really early plans within the game is to have hover flight, because that's relatively simple to add. So yeah, so while I've been talking here, I've been riding around on my creature using the all-new riding system. So we've made the basic riding system a much more request-based system, I guess is what I would call it, where I'm telling it, hey, creature, move forward faster, and it'll start doing that. I'd like you to turn right, it turns right. I'd like you to turn left, it turns left. As opposed to a direct control. Now, when you do mount, you can see you're given the option, hey, I can switch to directly controlling the creature. When I do that, all of my abilities, I can start to control the abilities of the creature. So I can tell the creature to, or if I switch back, he'll tell me again, bite. He'll do a bite attack when I left click. Right click, he'll do any special abilities. and I can toggle between the modes. The cool thing is if I'm not in direct control, then I can also equip things like, let's say, slingshot. And while I'm riding around, I can aim and shoot at people. So imagine this is like general creature riding mode, which lets you do, mounted archery of some sort. Where direct mode is now, I'm going to take control of the creature and make it attack. And the throwing axes. Okay, so let's talk about throwing axes. So we've talked a little bit about creature building. You saw there's a lot there. It's a lot to get used to, and so please check that out. And then on the item interaction side, we've added a lot of new systems. So before it got, let me dismount to kind of show this off. Before the how you would interact with my creatures trying to get close to me and I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. Thanks for the hatchet, buddy. So we've done a whole unification pass. Dr. Pancho says, hello, Dr. Pancho.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We've done a whole unification pass in terms of how you use items and interact with the world. So before there was a lot of confusion between offhand and main hand. How do I use what? Sometimes when I'd have one thing equipped in my main hand, left and right click would do different things with that main hand. I'd have no way of doing something with my offhand. So now it's all been unified. Left click always does whatever's in my main hand. Right click does whatever's in my offhand. Just the primary action of that. Throwing is moved to its own button. Any item in the game can now be thrown. So, like for example, axes are what we've been throwing because it's a lot of fun. You hit the throw button, which I have bound to X, and you can rebind, and I throw an axe. Lots of fun, especially in creative mode when you have trees that can be taken down in one swipe. So if I fly over here and throw this at that. Ah, there it goes. Slight delay there. There we go. So I can throw axes and explode trees.
Really fun to do. Try it. It's very fun.
Yes. So that makes for a lot of new interactions with other items. So like food before, where it was, oh, I left click and I throw it, right click and eat. Food is now left click, I eat. I have to press the throw button to throw. We also now have moved a lot more into our interaction menu, which is E. So when I get close to a target, I get now, oh, if I want to do something, press E. So for my creature, I'm currently holding a piece of food. Actually, this is a bad food to give him. He will get sick from eating that because he is a carnivore. So let me switch to meat. So if I give him this, he'll eat it. So I can then hold E, and now I get all of my usual creature options that are separate from what I happen to be holding at the time. We've also changed this radial menu, which I'm still getting used to not be click-driven, since you had some confusion where, oh, when I click, is it executing this or is it doing this other thing? So if I hold E, mouse over something, I just release E, and now it does that action. So it's all on the release of the button instead of anything else. And this also now brings us to some of the new items. So before we had the love potion, which was great, super important for taming other creatures in creative mode, and is something that we'd eventually bring into adventure mode as part of the alchemy table. But now, so the primary of that, if I do that, is actually to drink it, which will give you a message. I feel warm and fuzzy, but otherwise no effect, because I already love myself. So I use X to throw it if I want to cast it on something, or I can always feed something directly to a creature. He's all angry at me now because somebody else used one of the other potions. So I'll go ahead and show one of the other new potions. So the Antidote potion. So before, this was the bucket of milk. So now the idea is it's moved into a potion. I can then use the E key to feed it to my creature, or I can throw it. And then as a counterpoint to the love potion, we now have the enraged potion. So if I fly away from my creature here, so he's my buddy right now, but if I throw this enraged potion, you'll see he gets all red and turns red, and now he's not my buddy. Undo. Okay. So now it's basically a great way. This can be used on wild creatures. It can be used on other friendly creatures if you want to mess with people. It's just another tool to kind of play around with the system. It can also be used on yourself. All of my melee damage is now amplified.
Run away!
Oh, we're in the same part.
Oh, right. And I think I haven't turned damage on, actually. It's still in peaceful.
Oh.
There we go, normal.
Run toward!
Alright. Spawned a couple of randoms that are already kind of aggressive, but just something that we can hit with potions.
Yep.
Holy smoke! That's just rude. But now he's friendly.
So somebody has spawned a jack horse here.
The bane of Greg's existence.
Yes.
Well, that's easy to fix. Here, watch this. Drink my rage potion.
Oh, that's interesting.
What did that horse ever do to you?
It's built awkwardly.
It existed.
So I'll come over here, he'll pop up awake. So I have a wild chair cat here, and this guy, and now,
oh,
they're starting to fight, but if I throw this enrage potion in, it's going to get messier quicker. Come on, there you go, now you're mad.
Away.
And you're mad. And he's really sad, actually, because he can't quite reach what he wants to eat. Oh,
wait,
my creature.
Where'd he go?
Greg is far away from us because now we can leave the host.
Yes, so this is a big thing that's, I believe we brought in last patch, but it's something we've continued to optimize and make work better. I'm the host of the game, and you'll see I can go wherever, and they're not dragged along. We've completely disabled the tether. You can re-enable it when if you're the host, and when you create the server, you have the option right here. I can turn on the host tether. The reason you might turn it on is it does suck up a bunch more resources if it's off, but having it, or excuse me, if you don't have the host tether, it does take up a bit more resources while you're playing. So it's a good idea if you're on a lower end machine to probably keep that on if you want to maintain good performance, but it's no longer necessary. And with a lot of these enhancements, of course, I can see I'm right now. I have. My video settings are set to very high and everything, and I'm running at 60 frames per second with all four of us in here doing stuff. This is something we're trying to stay on top of, as whenever we add something new, we don't want to reduce how well everything works. These creatures are currently, not updating. There we go. Oh! That finished that one. So he was using one of the new strike attacks. You can see our wild pig of heat here. So part of the creature animation system dramatically improved the performance of these centipede-type creatures. So they before they would often fall into the ground. That's no longer something that happens, really. So I'm pretty proud of that. And it's something we're continuing to optimize and add additional features to. As well as additional animations like the strike attack that guy is trying to do, but is a bit awkward at it because of the size of his neck.
Hit him.
So while I'm showing on that, I'm going to go ahead and show off yet another new feature that is especially fun in creative mode. So if I bring my creature back to life here, I can now take direct control over my creature.
Oh, are you using the remote control?
Yes.
That's awesome.
How dare you?
Very cool.
And now I'm directly controlling this creature as though he's my character. So now when you creature battle, you can chase people down.
No! No! Harbor no likey.
And you can see as the creature runs, it really shows off a lot of the new animation system changes where the creature moves and flex as it moves on the terrain. And again, that's something that we're continuing to improve and work on.
Nice,
Get him!
Mickey.
Get him!
Oh no! I thought we were friends.
We are. It's for the stream. I gotta show off.
Well,
get away from my body.
Yeah. Get Greg's body.
Get him!
Oh, I've lost connection. So yeah, so if somebody else wants to take control of a creature so I can show what it looks like. From the other thing, yes, you can take direct control of creatures using this remote control. And you can see this, we still have to add the smoothing to this, but you can see the floating mind control hat. That's now the camera that the player is controlling by. So when your creature gets controlled by the poachers, or if you're controlling something else, I can go up and knock that off, and now he's lost control.
Oh! I was having so much fun. I was about to chop down that tree. Well, now he's looking at me. What do you want? Some food?
As you can see with it, yeah, I can work on the tracking on that to make that a little bit more dealable. Well, I can always use my old fallback, which I'll just throw bombs at it.
No.
That will do it.
There we go, and you're free. Now, is the mind control accessible in adventure mode yet, John?
Yes, the poachers drop their remote.
So it's something that is increasing.
The old one.
Part of the old gameplay is now. So this is brought into adventure mode, so you're able to do fun stuff like that. Okay, let me go through the list of all the other fixes. So we talked about the remote control. Yeah, it's
a long list.
Yes, yes. So I'm going to turn on the control key listing here just to show it off in stream. You can see that we've updated our basic control system, so you can now see all the fun stuff you can do, like.
Oh, that's nice. I haven't tried that yet. The control key map is nice to.
Yes.
As a reminder.
And it updates too, so if you hold different stuff in your hand, you'll be able to see what you can do with it with each key. Cool. So it takes a while to get used to the new controls, but if you bring that up, then it gets a little easier. But once you get the hang of them.
So now with what I have, if I switch blocks, you can see that top thing is changing to let me know exactly what I can do. So it's completely contextual. You can, if you update your controls, I believe that will update as well. And yeah, it's just a great way to keep in mind. So now I can throw my. This is my new weapon. I'm gonna throw.
I don't think that works too well.
Oh
Stick in the eye. Stick in the eye.
Oh
you could throw tree trunks or rocks or anything.
Hey.
That actually will work.
Flying in the air to avoid us.
Yes.
Come down here.
So yeah, so we can see sprint and all of our fun new rolls for all your dodging purposes, with all the creature abilities.
I'm still so not used to the menu command being buttoned up.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time to get used to.
Yep.
It's way more convenient, but it's.
The good thing about it is you can actually use your items independently of it, when before it would completely block.
Yep.
Yeah. Get him. That turtle thing is still alive?
Oh, it's got tons of health. Oh, it's actually
There's
bonded.
4 of us.
It's bonded to Jim.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. It's my buddy. We're friends.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, the grenade fruits, which are just tons of fun. How was that?
Oh, this is awesome. I can... Oh my god, I've got my whole Imperial logging fantasy going on here. Me and my cat ATST.
Yes.
And my giant...
No AT-AT?
Yeah.
Co-op is stable. It works over Steam. You do not need anything extra. We're all playing right now in the live game in Steam, excuse me. We did at one point drop the total number of players down to 4. It was at 8, and basically past 4, everything was just all sorts of nuts, especially with the host tether. It is something we can look at expanding in the future, but it's something we have some performance concerns about. So right
where
now,
are you going, man? You like bolted out again.
I was off exploring, and then I saw a creature, so I started throwing axes at it, and my creature, seeing that I was attacking, decided to go and help, which was a lot of fun.
That's the thing now, is you see something, and now you immediately want to throw axes at it.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing the raiding party.
So yes, co-op is extremely stable right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of fun. Literally, we run into problems whenever we have to test multiplayer because we often forget what we were testing because we start having fun.
Yeah, we get distracted.
Ah.
Let's see. We mentioned everything? I think we did.
There's
a lot.
That was all the latest new stuff. If you haven't played Chicken in the last month, like we've a lot more stuff than that. You can see my creatures all. We've been constantly improving the creature AI, so we have a bunch of new routines as well as attacks and animations like that. So you can see when my creature decides he wants to bite something, he doesn't just walk up to and bite it. He'll find the right position and then pounce.
Oh.
There you go, buddy. You can eat up.
Yeah, I do have to say it's not quite perfect yet. The farther away from the host you are, the more likely you're going to have some abnormalities.
Yep.
I noticed a few things, but that's all stuff that we'll constantly work on.
Yep.
Yeah, it gets better every build.
Yep.
Yeah. I get more and more distracted when we test every build.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Right, in a good way. Like I get this... Oh my god.
Can't do the work. Too busy playing.
Yeah.
I
don't know if building a cat attack monster was the best thing.
An adorable attack cat.
Adorable attack cat, but yeah. There's a lot of meowing and hissing.
Are you remote controlling
one of
it?
these... One of those is bonded to me. I don't know what the other one is.
So Zaruki asks in the Twitch channel, are there creatures like worms planned? So right now our only, I guess, worm-like creature is we do have snakes in the game. That actually, those have gotten a bit of an overhaul with the whole animation change. So if I were to, let me edit this creature, I can show you what that would look like.
I could bring my bunny back.
I was just gonna say that bunny is pretty worm-like.
Well, that has legs. I was gonna turn my my dino snake into
true.
more of a snake.
You can do that too.
Oops, that's right.
Oh yeah, axe throw for the win.
There we go. So because this is using dino blocks, it's very slow as a snake. You can see it does work. You can see how all the blocks actually stay above the ground and flex and move with the terrain.
Metal.
Yeah, that's really nice. It used to like sink into the ground, but
Yeah.
now
You can see very...
it really touches the ground.
Yes, and you can see the bunny peed also works a lot better. And actually, just earlier today, I was tinkering with some additional stuff to make those legs stay really tight to the terrain when you're looking at it. So while we might not have a direct actual worm creature, there will always be these, direct connected to the ground type creatures. And we do have plenty of other creatures we have art for or have other plans for. Yes, the bunny is extremely cute, Dr. Pancho noted. Oh, so cute, the bunny. The bunnies are extremely cute until they start screaming at you.
So, yeah.
It's so good.
And then, like if I were to, let's say, sneak up and axe him. That wasn't that bad. I feel really bad. I can't do that anymore.
So I've been running around feeding all the creatures. I kind of wish I could run up and feed you a burger. Like, Force
Greg to eat a burger?
it's a little aggressive, isn't it?
It's lunchtime.
That's cool. I've had that happen before. I've had somebody in the middle of me doing other things tell me, offer me a burger. It wouldn't be the first time. Oops. That's right. I keep forgetting that's release. So, we have a couple other questions, or comments, I should say, on our Twitch channel. Zeruki, creatures that inhabit the ground, sky, and water would be nice. Yes. Right now, our current kind of approach is we've been focusing really on the land creatures first, because that's the primary setting of the game. We would like to have some creatures in the water. As it is, all the creatures can really go in the water. They don't like to, but it is something they will do on their own, or they'll fall in sometimes. They don't really want to be in there, because they're trying to keep their heads above water. But we do also we loved in our discussions about all the possible abilities to add to the game, having ways for creatures to burrow. So, like, let's say I have a creature that has a burrow ability. When it casts it, it would go underground, and you'd have a little effect of it moving underground before it pops up and attacks. So that's definitely something that's been high on our list when we're adding abilities. We talked about flight and sky and some of the inherent problems with that, and some of the solutions we have planned, because it is something that comes up a lot. It is something we'd like to bring in if at all possible. So yeah, I think that covers kind of our stance on the whole air, ground, and water.
Wow, look at the legs work, Greg, on this hill.
Sorry, what was that?
Look at the creature I'm riding on this hill over here.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Great.
So you can
Oh
see.
wow, nice.
This is what I've been working on now for for quite a while, is to make sure that when this creature is on here, that it's going to actually stand properly on this hill. So you can see the way the whole system works is each of these legs is casting down, figuring out, okay, here's where I hit. This is how much it lifts this block up. Is there any twist to the block that's applied? Do I have to alter the rest of the chain? How does that all work? Whew. And it's working, so that's always great to see.
Yay!
There are limitations to it still, and there is smoothing to it since it's not a full physical system, because that would be too expensive right now. But it is that is right there, the creature mount on top of the random spike out of nowhere, but it works. So we're very happy with how the system is coming together and kind of all the fun stuff it's going to let us do with abilities, like having... So you've already seen some of the strike attacks, and here, if I edit this creature, I can make the strike even better. So let me build a creature designed around having a cool strike attack.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, it's like the top shelf get me this thing animal.
Yes. Hey, come back.
Oh. Oh.
Oops. That's it. Come back to me so I can ride you.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing on it. I have not taken control.
Alright, I'll just use the...
I'll get off.
Okay. So now I've taken control over him. I can walk over to this creature here and say, okay, bite it.
Oh, that looks really good.
Oh, awesome.
End before he strikes is pretty cool looking. Wolfie.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun. I made some things angry.
So yeah, so that's the general idea. So a level 100 egg asks, how big is the game world? So right now, our island is, if we take an in-game unit to be 1 meter, is I believe like
4,000 or so squared.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, because I remember it was like 68 square kilometers or something was one of the numbers thrown
I don't think
around.
that was ever correct, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
It's very large, yes.
In the future, we're going to be looking into generating it procedurally, actually.
Yes.
So we'll have the option to do unlimited worlds if we want to do that.
Yes. There we go. He looks much better with the beak.
Uh-oh. Somebody spawned poachers.
Yeah.
Apparently that was Jim. It's like you have finally discovered my treachery.
I've been kind of hiding tents here and there. Just...
I need a bond with my creature. There we go.
Get him!
Yes, so it is not impossible to walk from one side to the other, but it will take you quite a long time. You can see the whistle is now also built into your interface. It's not something you have to constantly be... There we go.
Oh yeah, that's really nice because it doesn't take up a hotbar slot now.
Yep.
And an inventory slot.
Because it's something that was completely... You needed it always. There's never a time when you didn't need...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just Q now, which is really nice.
Yep. So, Zaruki, I think I will get the game. Hope you stay passionate about it. Thank you very much. We are extremely passionate about it.
Taking his life.
Yes.
Taking his life.
Dr. Pancho comments about when I was using the accent to try to make the bunny scream. That God, I hate to hear those little sounds of hurt on the little creatures. Yeah, it's not you're supposed to have that emotional reaction. It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be happy about that.
Yep.
When they look sad and...
Yep.
Feels bad, man.
Is there a 4-pack plan since co-op is extremely stable? Unfortunately, Steam no longer allows pack sales. So we don't have any ability to offer it through Steam as a, buy this for your friends. But you should buy this for your friends. Oh, right, I switched the mouth. He can't eat that anymore.
Oh my god, this is... I need to get closer to the host. Building away from you is suspect.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
Oh, how far away from... Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, I would back at where we started. So I'm far enough away.
Yeah, you're on a laptop too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's pretty beefy.
Okay. Yeah, I can go pretty far out and build just fine, but I have a pretty beefy gaming machine, so depends on your computer.
We have a herd of the beefy cows here now being taken down.
Not anymore. Man, I want to build... That neck looks really good on that that dino thing. I want to build one of those.
Yeah, I got to look at... You can see there's a couple minor frames that aren't great, so it is something that we're constantly going to be improving and working on. Because it's important to us that it's a little weird because some of these are things I thought I fixed. But always constant work to do. We are early access, but the functionality is now there for this whole system. Creatures walking around and being much more interactive with the terrain, as you saw. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else at all we want to show off.
Look at this guy.
You can play baseball with stuff too.
Yeah, where's my bat?
Oh god. Somebody brought in a giant.
God. We can show off the workshop.
Yeah.
This is one from the workshop, this giant guy by Jason. Giant, blocky neck.
Go play.
Oh, he has a beach ball. Oh,
Yes.
no. Nope, he's angry. Oh.
Oh, who's sniffing me? Somebody's...
Swing.
Yes, there he goes. Now he's got a beach ball. He's all happy. He might try to eat me, but he's got a beach ball in his mouth. There he goes. You dropped the ball. Pick it up.
Oh, he's catching it.
So yeah, let's so if you're not familiar with the game, we have a really large workshop where basically any creature you create. So if I wanted to say share this dino snake, I can. If I get close enough, hold E, save to workshop. That brings up this whole saved workshop menu. I can figure out what angle I want to do. It automatically gets all of the stats about the creature. You can add additional information here if you want to add flavor text, give your creature a backstory. Dino Snake, sure. So I save now. It saves the creature to the workshop. If I look at my personal workshop, I can then see... If I scroll to the bottom... Oh, multiple page? No. Where is he? Snake. There he is, Dino Snake. So you can see all the different creatures I've built over time working on Chicken. And then at any point I can bring any of these back into the game, like one of my favorites.
Where's Cactus Man?
He's a little weird right now.
Oh yeah, he seems like maybe his eyes would be weird.
Yeah, so that's some of the. So the act of being able to create these creatures that have these really blocky bodies is what we call voxelizing in our system. So it's taking a group of blocks and treating them like one. And part of the current creature animation system has disabled it in some parts to ensure like some creatures work as expected. So like you can see the spine of a creature will always bend right now to make sure the creature can walk around and do stuff. And end block voxelizing is turned off for the moment. That is something that I will be re-enabling, but I've turned it off for the moment. We also have co-op riding now. So both me and John are able to ride this creature at the same time. Ha!
Yep.
That one's pretty fun to ride because you're like way up there.
This one's called Launcher. I wonder if somebody put all these elephant snouts on there.
Oh,
The intention.
Yes.
That's
Oh, that's right. You haven't seen my
haven't
launcher
seen Launcher.
creature.
I was trying to get him to launch my wolf, but he hasn't done it yet.
Well, I think we did turn off the all of them firing at once.
No, they're all kind of going off.
Yeah, there's a reason he's named Launcher.
It's a wild launch pad, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He was designed to stay close to the ground and then get underneath the creature, and then it would throw the creature up in the air.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Fantastic.
See if he...
He's only doing one at a time.
Yeah. And he's not doing it when he's underneath the creature, because how that effect is being done right now is a little different.
Oh wow, it's flying.
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. Yeah, I wasn't looking.
Oh, it exploded.
Oh, I think the falling damage killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if I could get this guy to get launched.
Do I have damage turned on? Okay, damage is turned on. Is inner party damage turned off?
You don't. Yeah, I don't think you damage creature search right.
There we go.
Yeah, now it's working. Oh, no.
Can't get me. I'm right behind you.
Just like tumbled off of him. That was pretty funny. This is the part of the stream where Greg just turns on everyone. No!
Full love potions don't work on players.
You once.
We resisted mayhem for so long, and then it turned into mayhem.
Mayhem's great.
Everything blowed up.
Death to the poachers.
No! Oh.
Oh.
Wah, 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 wah.
This is so hard. I don't think this is not how you're supposed to play this game. Oh, adventure mode. All right.
I see.
Oh.
I see how it is, you cheater.
It's not cheating if you're the host.
Oh my god. I was out of stamina. I couldn't roll away. I'm gonna have to loot like a bag to get. Hey, leave my stuff.
Yeah,
alone.
I have no. Greg is completely in charge and taking over.
I feel naked.
Oh no!
You have what? You have 64 grenades.
I grabbed a couple stacks before switching to
A couple stacks.
I know that we did this
Oh,
before, but
got me.
Take the
I have to
snacks.
say, the bonding system is pretty awesome.
Yes.
Just being able to call up things that you built and then have them be ready to go is just, it's bonus. No, come here.
Oh, by default, it switches back to peaceful.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's just about going to do it for us today. Now that we've gone off the rails and tried to kill each other.
Yeah.
But if you haven't checked out Chicken yet,
Well,
so Zaruki asks, there's nothing planned with terrain modification, right? In case someone wants to park their abomination creature in a cave. No, we are not planning on having the terrain be modifiable at this time. We're using a full generated terrain, not some sort of voxelized system that you're able to manipulate. But there is the plans in the future to have dungeons and caves in the game. And plus, you can also there is a full structure building system that we didn't even touch on today because we're having so much fun with creatures that lets you build to your heart's content. It's something that's going to become more and more increasingly important if you play adventure mode, because you'll want to have a base to be safe from the terrors of the world.
we should have food do damage so we could do food fights. Like a splatter.
Oh my god. That'd be funny.
Right, like, or at least, maybe not damage, but at least do like a screen effect.
We like the ink effects that we got for the creature.
Yeah,
That'd
except
be really
like,
fun.
You know, like white with sparkles in it to be a donut, and like, you know, ketchup and mustard for the hamburger, and like, you know, a few different screen effects for
That'd be a lot of fun.
like food fight.
Ice cream splatter.
Ice cream splatter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm imagining it like painting, like we have splats that actually appear in the world too, so you have a whole like, oh, we're gonna have a food fight and now the house is covered in ketchup.
That'd be really fun.
Oh, you mean actually doing like decals on other stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like to do some splats on your house.
Yep.
Like I showed up at your house and started throwing food.
Yep.
You egged Greg's house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a fast way onto the roof. I used my cat. Jumped into the saddle.
No problem. Zaruki says, that's pretty neat. Thank you for answering all the questions. And no problem. That's one of the main reasons we do these streams is to hear from players and answer your questions in a way that we can be a lot more faster than the forum posts. We are extremely active on our forums. If you have any questions about the game or if you have any issues, you run into any bugs, please post it there. We're checking it multiple times every day to help anyone who's having any issues. Let me go ahead and post a link to our thing. So this is a link to our community page, which has all of our forums, sub-forums off of it. So if you have any bugs, you can report it in the bug forum. We put information about the pre-release builds, which if you've been following our streams at all, this build was on pre-release for the past week or so, testing all these new features and finding bugs and anything else that we feel needs to make it in for the build. That's where all the new stuff. So if you want to see what's coming up and what's going to be next in Chicken, you can check out the pre-release branch. And if you haven't bought Chicken yet, please go and check it out on our store page. I'll post a link there now. We have a full adventure mode. We've been playing just around in creative today to show off kind of all the fun stuff. Do you take strolls into the game reviews on Steam? We very actively, if you look at pretty much every single review, if there's any issues that are brought up, we do our best to respond to it as fast as we see it and try to address any of the concerns. So we feel like just while some people want to post on the forums to let us know, hey, I ran into this issue or I'm having this problem, other people, what they do is they'll just leave a review with their issues and problems. So it's important to us that if somebody's not having a good experience, that we try to fix that no matter where they post. So you can see literally any review where somebody's mentioned a problem we've responded to, and we've tried to do follow-ups to make sure, like, I know personally I directly will answer emails and debug individual problems that people are having if their computer is not working for the game, because we want this game to be playable by everyone, because it's just so much fun.
Yeah, you can go on the forums. We're on Twitter if you want to talk to us there. We have an email address, CHKN@Catapult Studio. So if you have any problems or questions or feedback or just want to say hi, there's plenty of places, so you can hit us up.
Yeah.
Axe. I got an axe.
Catch! Alright, so we're going to go ahead and sign it off there. We have to get back to work. There's still obviously lots to do, but thank you for joining us, and thank you for checking out Chicken. Goodbye to us from the whole team here. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.